Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. So glad to see you all here. It's the full moon in Capricorn today, and Capricorn is my sun sign. It's an especially potent, very, very strong super moon. So if you are feeling the vibes some kind of way, there's reasons. So go ahead, get comfortable, get cozy. You're among friends. It's all good. If you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, know that you are guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out the description below for all of the days and times that I'm here, same days and times 5 times a week, with some additional streams sprinkled in here and there. Go ahead and subscribe with notifications on if you want to know when those sort of pop-up streams happen. You can also find out all the other information about me in the description, from social media to Discord to Crystal Shop to online Reiki classes. Just really glad that you're here. We'll start out the first half an hour by building a crystal grid to the requests and specifications of everyone that's here live. So feel free to go ahead and click that live chat button and make a request either for the healing theme or what you're looking to address, or you can request specific stones or a little bit of both. I'm more than happy to choose for you or look for what you're requesting. After about a half an hour of putting together that grid as a group, I'll briefly explain what Reiki is and what you can expect, and then I will turn the music up, turn the lights down, and send you healing whenever and wherever you happen to be. So let's go ahead right to the chat. I've seen a couple of requests come in already. Thank you all so much. You all are so punctual. Let's see what we got. Jennifer, welcome. Cora Carr, welcome. So good to see you both. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull up some stuff. Let's see. For Jen, you requested Chrysoprase, blue lace agate, and black tourmaline, I believe. I also, someone gifted me some Dumotierite. I always say that incorrectly. Dumotierite. Wonder who that could be. But that is, you asked for support with patience, and my goodness, could this not be a more perfect stone for that? So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the split screen so we can pick out the crystals together. Okay, and let me just turn, there's just going to be one quick flash while I turn the light up. There we go. Hi, Vincent. Dumotierite, here we go. So pretty, and they feel so calming. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love these. I don't know why they weren't part of my crystal set to begin with, but my goodness, I absolutely adore this vibe. Just completely peaceful and zen-like. I can see where this helps with things like patience, for sure. But I've had fun researching that stone. So let's go ahead and put some of these babies on the grid. And I see that we already are complimenting one another's requests, as always happens. Yeah, this is a very intense lunar energy, and some of you might be feeling it as like, woohoo, I can go do all the things I've been trying to make happen, and some of you might be going, oh my goodness, it feels like the whole sky just fell on me. Yeah, it depends on very much on your specific placements. Let's see. Yeah, so Dumotierite. And for patience, also we have Chrysoprase. This is great for overcoming disappointment. Disappointment and setbacks and worries along the way helps us to take a moment and take a breath and remind ourselves of how far we've come. I like to think of it, because I mean Capricorn is my sun sign. It's like a Capricorn remedy. Chrysoprase helps us to avoid burnout too, not just disappointment, but also burnout when we're on like a long-term quest, or we have a big distant goal and we get to that point where it feels like you're not making the progress because all you can see is that finish line way far off in the distance. But what we're neglecting to do is turn around and look behind us and see how far behind us the starting line was. So this is one that helps remind us that it's okay, take a breath. You have done a lot and you will get the rest done. Just sort of take a beat and have some self-love. Have some support for you because you deserve it. Absolutely love this stone. Work with this one a lot. So that's Chrysoprase. Hey, Grace. Good to see you. Also got requests for black tourmaline. I'm going to go ahead and put black tourmaline on the outside of the grid. Black tourmaline is excellent for repelling that negative energy and kind of keeping it at bay. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, I love those two stones together. Dumotierite is calming, deeply, deeply calming, relaxative, and helps you to not just anti-anxiety, although it is absolutely that, it's on a deeper level, a way to come into an incredibly important and balanced way of relaxing, to embody patience, to kind of be able to see things in terms of the bigger picture so that we feel a little bit more calm and at ease as we take that break. So it's definitely one for patience and just feeling supported on our path. Excellent for relaxing, excellent for anti-anxiety. Happened to be a gift from somebody that's there in the chat. It's Jen. So glad to bring those out today. Also, we have some blue lace agate. Oh, it's also good for past life work and soulmate connections. That makes a lot of sense. I can definitely see where it would connect with both of those. It reminds me of the energy of blue lace agate, but more like less about communication and speaking, and more about being at peace in our heart, more heart focused than blue lace agate. And by comparison, here's blue lace agate. So we can see them together. So yeah, it does remind me of the vibe of blue lace agate, but I feel like Dumotierite resonates more with the heart, blue lace agate more with the throat. Blue lace agate can make it easier to communicate about things that are difficult and challenging. And yes, absolutely, including arguing with your health insurance company. I'm so sorry that's happening. But yeah, this can help with that. It can help you to advocate for yourself. It can help you to see and sense even what you need to communicate to yourself sometimes. I like to think of this as helping to balance shadow work in that way. Yeah, it helps us to, and also for things where we really want to scream and yell, but we're like, but this isn't to scream and yell. I'm just upset about it, but I'm not upset at this person about it. I hope I don't yell at them about it. I hope I don't take this out on them while I'm explaining this to them. This is a good stone to work with for that. So whether you can't get the words out or you're worried that they'll be too sharp, that your tongue will be too sharp, this can be helpful. But it's also really great for like skin allergies and sore throats too. You need that in your life, yes, dear. Dumotierite. Jen, do you have that in your crystal shop? Let's see. And we have Korokar, protection, patience, peace from friendships that have ended and no longer serve me. I'm sorry about that. Definitely Dumotierite can help with that. The first thing that popped to mind for you, Korokar, was prehnite. And I feel like that definitely fits this. Yeah. So prehnite is it can do the things like, it's often used for spiritual teaching, spiritual learning, synthesizing spiritual information. I've used it a lot to help me when I'm like writing teaching materials. It's also wonderful for helping to refuse requests on you that are too much and demands that are a little bit out of bounds. It can also help you to keep your mind from wandering when you're meditating. Let's go ahead and add some of that here. Yeah, I'm not as used to doing round grids, but I'm trying to challenge myself, y'all. Okay. That I feel like will help. And so learning the spiritual lessons that come with evolving out of a friendship, which is always really, it just really stinks, but sometimes we really have to do it. I feel like honey calcite can also be helpful there. Yeah, Etsy's been having some issues lately. Oh my goodness, Christina. And welcome in, Christina. Prehnite. Well, I could be making them up too. I know that hanging out on Jewelers Row, a lot of times I was corrected. And there's definitely a lot of stones that have one pronunciation with jewelers and one in the healing arts world. And I kind of have to balance the two of those. One of those being chalcedony. It looks like chalcedony. And usually when I see healing arts folks talking about it, they're calling it chalcedony. To a jeweler, that's like fingernails on a chalkboard. They want to hear chalcedony. And it starts with a CH, so you wouldn't think it's chalcedony. So yeah, it's one of those potato, and then 5 other things too kind of words. Yeah, prehnite is super helpful. Yeah, I've been having trouble with the post office too with some of my orders, but not anymore since I switched over to doing all priority mail, which does cost more, but it's saving me in time. So, and I know things get there. Let's see, anything else too? Heart healing, love, welcoming any stones for that. And Christina, do you have any requests for healing? And Vincent, for that matter? So let's see, heart. What does, it's a beautiful heart stone that wants to join this, because this is a very heart focused, very gentle grid so far. Let's see what we have. There's so many good contenders. I'm thinking maybe some honey calcite. Celestite for your back? Ah, yep, you're reading my mind there, Jen. Mookaite, sunstone, rhodonite, rutilated quartz. That's a beautiful grid from the sounds of it, Jen. That's a beautiful grid. Honey calcite, I feel like, would be a perfect complement. Honey calcite can take these kinds of themes and anchor them a little bit farther down into the lower chakras, like the solar plexus and the sacral. Solar plexus really, in the way that it embodies our sense of self. Who am I? What are my opinions? What are my needs? And also what do I have to provide? What do I need? And the sacral is all about how we relate to one another, the part we play in society, in groups, in families. And it can help us with relationships in that way, like finding ourselves in those relationships. You got it, Korakar. You can absolutely help with that. We'll do some celestite. Celestite helps us with physical pain, as well as connection to our angel guides and soul's purpose. Deeply loving. Completing tasks, allowing good in. Absolutely. Completing tasks. Writing and completing tasks, allowing good in. I keep feeling pulled to mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian helps with perfect being the enemy of progress in that sense. So if you keep feeling like it's not good enough, it's not good enough, I just have to do a little bit more before I can put it in. It's almost done, it's almost done. It just has to be a little bit more polished. Mahogany obsidian can help us release that and get into the an imperfect something is better than a perfect nothing. But also when we can get really self-deprecating, whether we've accepted some negative thoughts about us from someone else, or they have kind of just stirred up within ourselves when we think that we're not good enough. This can be helpful. So sometimes this can help us get things done. So let's go ahead and put some mahogany obsidian there. I feel like mookaite. Mookaite can be really helpful there too. Mookaite is good for decision making and accepting change. So having to do with friends and loss of friends and things like that. So accepting that change, but also making decisions and seeing things through to the end. These are actually all mookaite. I also feel like bringing in some chrysocolla. This is all about following our spiritual purpose, but it's also about inviting in our like spiritual friend family. This is one that helps us to move forward with a task or with anything really. If it's in alignment with our spiritual highest good, if it's in alignment with our most important goals, this can really help support that. But it also helps us attract and recognize those people along the way that are more in alignment with this new vibration that we're walking in. Yeah, I agree. Calcites are great, but yeah, honey calcite is my favorite too. Orange calcite can be a little weird. It can be. I have I have a large piece of it, and it's a very strange stone. I don't work with it super often. It actually looks more like the piece that I have actually looks more like a piece of coral. It's very bizarre. And let's see, I feel like there's one other buddy that wants to come hang out with us. Yeah, tumbled calcites can be better. Raw are hit or miss. I feel like, is this too big for the middle here? I think we're at that point where, unless I missed anyone, I think we're at that point where I'm going to have to go ahead and take a poll on which final stone would really help this grid. Yeah, I think we're good. So chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to kind of take in the vibe and the requests. See what could be helpful. Okay, so I got it. So let's go ahead and vote. Korokar, preemptive both. Ooh, a star-shaped blue lace agate. Oh, that sounds so pretty. Blue lace star-shaped blue lace agate. Say that 3 times fast. I'll spare you. uh, I feel like that could just sort of help spread uh, the intention of that stone outward. Like it gives it a more pronounced energy. I hope that helps. Okay, so suggestions, even though we're getting a present of both. If you're new here, this is the part where I kind of pick a couple of stones that I think might complement the grid, and everyone votes on which one they would like while I'm explaining what Reiki is to those who are new. And it's pretty much a running joke. It's almost always both stones. It's almost always both that wins. So the suggestions are green calcite, Green calcite is incredible for the heart, just as, you would think the color green with the heart chakra. And this particular stone can be one of those really intense, like fill your heart when you just need like almost like a really healthy, balanced love bomb from yourself. This can be a great stone to work with. It fills in all of the voids and empty spaces and kind of long neglected places within our heart center, and but not in such a way that can be unbalancing, not in such a way that can be deeply uncomfortable but fruitful. This is more like it goes at your pace. It goes at your pace. So it's great for times of like tremendous shift and change because it it goes as strong as you feel comfortable going. The other is moonstone because it is a full moon, and this can help us to make the most of those energies. The most of the moonstone is definitely one that's associated with the High Priestess in the tarot deck. Very knowing, wisdom, the cycles of nature, knowing how things will go, tending towards writing things out and seeing what comes of it rather than jumping into the fray and trying to make things happen. It's much more intuitive and it's much more wisdom and knowledge oriented, including spiritual knowledge, not just mundane knowledge, but arcane knowledge as well. And this is what moonstone looks like. So, yeah. But this can help us make the most of the full moon, whether it's feeling a bit harsh for you or whether it's feeling like you could really use it. No matter where you are with the full moon, this can help support you as you ride that wave. So yeah, so go ahead and cast your votes just in case we get a surprise. You never know. But for those of you who are new, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly explain what Reiki is. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm a Reiki master and I've been teaching Reiki since about 2008. You can actually learn more about my online Reiki classes in the description below. Reiki is this particular style that I work with, known as Usui Reiki, is a Japanese practice of connecting with the energy that connects with, flows through, and supports everyone and everything on earth. This is an energy that our body, mind, and spirit are already well acquainted with, deeply connected with, and work with all the time. Because this energy is flowing through all of us and we all have access to it, it's one that isn't unfamiliar, yet at the same time it can be deeply supportive of all of the change and support that we might need, no matter what that looks like. It also is something that's very accessible. Because it's connecting all of us, I can basically connect to this energy and essentially direct more of it to you whenever and wherever you happen to be in relation to me right now. So hello from the past. Yeah, Reiki doesn't, have to follow the laws of space and time. So you can be sitting at home a few weeks from now and have just as fruitful a session. Because Reiki supports our body, mind, and spirit to sort of make the best of whatever it needs, our body gets to kind of have a say in how we could best use it. If we're depleted, it helps us to feel renewed and restored. If we need a little support to let something go or be rid of some energy that's no longer serving, or if we need a push to kind of go a little bit further, do a little bit more, whatever might be the case, Reiki's there to help support us. It's a very passive energy healing that allows us to take what we need and just simply enjoy and see what comes up next. During a session, you might feel really sleepy and take a nap. Awesome, great, do it. You might feel some feelings come up. You might feel some thoughts come up, and you might have what feels like a really fruitful thought session. You might have intuitions, you might have a combination thereof. Whatever comes up for you, I encourage you to just sort of explore it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent, although you can do either of those two things if you would like to. I find that it's often more helpful to just take a deep breath, see what the Reiki does, and if your mind feels like it's wandering, or if you're not quite sure, is this intuition or is this my mind racing? Just take a deep breath and kind of reset. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath and start to come back to your body. After a couple of moments, I'll reopen the chat and encourage you to ask any questions that you might have or share any experiences if you want to. And from there, we'll go ahead and have that be our session for the day. If you're watching this in the future, or if you think of a question in the future, go ahead and use the comments below or the information in the description to reach out to me through social media, and I'll be more than happy to help you there. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time, so move around as needed. You can even combine this time with journaling, yoga, anything that feels important to you. So without any further dawdling, let's go ahead and get back into the healing, see what won the vote, and and when I do start sending the healing, I will turn the music up and the lights down. You'll notice that the lights will gently and slowly move through several different colors. At no point will they strobe or flash, so just letting you know. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with you today, and I do hope that you join us again soon. So let's see what won that vote. Let's see. I have a feeling what it's going to be. I have a feeling what it's going to be. Let's see if I'm right. Okay. What is it? Both? Totally both. Both. And I love green calcite. Let's do both. Love it. Absolutely love it. So let's do green calcite there. Ooh, I love that. And then some of our moonstones in between these guys. Yeah, there we go. So go ahead and get nice and comfortable. Laying down, sitting up, whatever feels right to you. Yeah, the green calcite on the copper this is a really pretty grid. Thank you, everyone. So the communal chi is a definite part of what we do here. Communal chi is the Chinese medicine concept that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the energy potential is magnified. So even though our individual energies stay separate and protected, as they always do in Reiki, the potential energy that's there for us to draw from is just made even bigger. Like the pot is larger in a sense. And this crystal grid serves many purposes. We get to have community around it. We get to draw upon the healing that they bring in, and we get to have a physical manifestation of that communal chi, all of us coming together for a similar intention. So I invite you now to go ahead and get nice and comfortable and cozy. And I am going to turn the music up and turn the lights down. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor, and I will see you all in 25 minutes. your fingers and toes. Gently stretch. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a beautiful session. And if you have any questions or anything to share, please let me know in the chat. Grace, I'm so glad you liked this track. I just got a couple of new ones from Cindy Loker. The musician I purchased the music from, she's linked in the description. I'm glad you liked it. She has her own YouTube channel as well, so you can stream it while you're meditating, hanging out at work, whatever. I'm glad you like it. You're so welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. And everyone, it's full moon, and I went ahead and I took some advice from Cora Carr. You're so welcome, Vincent. And I went ahead and I recorded a video that I just put up before our stream. It's a lesson and deep dive of the crystals for protection and energy clearing. So it's like a deep dive and distance Reiki. So there's 8 stones that I go into detail on, and then there's a distance session at the end. So you can go ahead and stream that whenever you like. Thank you so much for the suggestion, Cora Carr. I'll keep those coming, and let me know what themes of stones you'd like to know about for the next installment. Or if there's any other questions you have that I can make into a video, super happy to. I'm so glad you feel so much better. The energy today is intense. This whole week, the energy has been very intense. I'm so glad. I hope your back is feeling more comfortable. Yeah, and I'll be back as always. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll be back here at 8 a.m. Friday at 4 and 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. all East Coast US time. And depending on what, if any, crazy stuff goes on this week, we'll see if I pop on for any extra streams. Oh, I'm glad, Jen. I'm so sorry you were having such a state. A lot more grounded. Yeah, I'm so glad. And if you can't make it live, especially if it's an early morning one like that, set the intention that the energy flow to you the night before. And it totally will. Thank you, Cora Carr. Appreciate it. So grateful to all of you for being a part of it. We're almost at 200 followers, which is faster growth than I'd imagined. I didn't know what to expect coming onto YouTube off of Zoom, so that's pretty great. Pretty happy. Thank you all for being a part of it, but I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream here. I have my Reiki 1 class that I'm teaching starts in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to just ground a little bit, clear my energy, and get ready to lead. Have a wonderful rest of your full moon, and a wonderful day, evening, or day, evening, morning, whatever it happens to be where you happen to be. And I hope I get to see you again soon. Thank you so much for helping me build the grid, and Yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.